who the ride is named after, was the youngest first responder killed during 9/11. Every year, as it gets closer to that time, certain people that have an attachment, if you're an emergency service worker, or if you lost a family member, or if you just remember a different way of living before those buildings crashed. I've always had a void in my heart because I didn't serve in the military, and I served locally. I have 20 years emergency service in combined areas, being an auxiliary police officer, being a volunteer firefighter, and also my career with the Forest Hills Ambulance Corps that I have 15 consecutive years with. That 9/11 to myself is very sacred. I started my emergency service career running down to the towers. And I always felt I had to do something and I had to organize something. When I woke up in the middle of the night with that dream, I had to get this off the ground. It was my vision to try to expedite a memorial service because some of the events that were around us were not the same magnitude. Now, anybody that heard me talk about the event, and I'll sit and I'll talk to anybody during any time of day, I'll speak about the event. I'll discuss about the organizing of the event. But the commitment of being involved in this event is more than just running a ride. I now have to walk into people when you're organizing an event that's so large that come with tears in their eyes, and they acknowledge that you put so much into it to honor those people from that day and honor those people that are leaving the planet slowly, that are dying from 9/11 related illnesses. This is 19 years later.
Yeah, it's still happening.
On the 19th year. It's still happening, and within the past 2 years, we lost hundreds of people from 9/11 related illnesses. So, all in all, just getting the event off the ground as we started. I have people that work in the Port Authority. I have friends that work in U.S. Customs, friends that are in New York City Police Department, friends that are in the fire department, and every year as we've walked up this event. I could tell you last year, Jose, you said, I think it was somebody's birthday. Jose, you had a birthday last year. I know you said it was one of your children's birthday, somebody's birthday.
Yep.
Whose birthday was it?
My brother's third child is born on 9/11.
Okay. So Jose called me the night before, and I heard it in his voice, and he was very upset. He says, PJ, I told my family I'm taking them on this ride. I'm coming to this ride. I might come late, but I'm coming. He put aside a birthday party to bring this family member on the event. And I mean, that just, it gets you when it gets you right here. When somebody goes out of their way.
So my niece was born literally as the tower was coming down. Literally. It was like 8:11, 8:10, and my sister-in-law was giving birth.
I remember that day really clearly too. I was watching it all on TV.
That's how close that event is because my niece was born on that day. And one of my buddies who was actually at the ride with us, we actually kept him up the night before so late that when he got off the train, the first plane he was late. He was supposed to be at work at 7:30. He got there so late that he was getting off the train when the first plane hit, and he jumped back on the train and went home.
Wow.
Everybody has a story connected to 9/11. And like I said, as I got more involved in the motorcycle community, I am also the president of the New York City chapter of the Punishers Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. My organization, my chapter is so respected. I could walk in any clubhouse in New York City with open arms. Any affiliation, whatever you're affiliated with, whatever your patch says, I am greeted, I am respected, and I give the same mutual respect. The event we organized opened the doors to understand everyone was affected. Do not forget that. I have people that come to the event that are not supposed to associate with an organization such as myself, but understand the magnitude on 9/11. We were all together the same.
Yeah.
So I actually, for coming to the event, we wanted to signify and give everyone something to remember for coming to the event. So at the time, challenge coins, which is like a military trading coin, was a big to-do. So we designed challenge coins. The only way you were getting this coin, the only way you were going to obtain this coin was coming to the event. And I've seen people glue these on their motorcycles, on their helmets, and anybody that saw one of these knew exactly where they were on that day on the coin. This says the coin this year. This coin last year says September 8th. I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if it's blurry or not. But it signifies the date of the event. And if you had the coin, you knew you were there.
So you do a new one every year?
Every year. I don't have all of them in front of me. I only brought out last year's coin. Every year, everything got... I mean, the coins get better by year. This one's going to be hard to top. Every year they get harder to top because we try to get so much involved.
And I love the pin. You gave me a special pin. I know there was a pin that was sent over to me. I received this pin. It's actually a 9/11 pin that I wear close to my heart. It's actually pinned on my heart side of my chest, and it's a very special pin that I wear on my rocker with pride. And I thank you, PJ, for that special pin.
Yeah, no problem. I made pins to personally give out to certain select individuals. Everyone deserves to feel accepted and recognized. And if you're a president of an organization or a vice president or a leader of whether it's a motorcycle club, a riding club, an LE, an MC, a 1%, I made gold coins.
Oh, damn.
Just to acknowledge the leaders of the pack, because without you guys, I can't get the other guys to come.
Yeah, that's a nice thick-ass coin, too.
Special gold coins, and they were all numbered. They all have a number on them. Every coin was numbered, and I documented each coin and who I gave them to, so I know that they had one. So this coin you were only getting if you were a president or you were somebody that was in charge. When I use the word HNIC, people think, "Whoa, you shouldn't say that." I said, "What? Head none in the convent." That's what I was taught in Catholic school.
Sure it
the
is.
Head none in the convent ran the show.
Yeah, I gotta earn myself one of those coins.
PJ, I know. There's a lot of, I get a lot of it. My event is minute compared to yours, but I get so many people that donate their food, their time, their services. Can you kind of like just give us a list of those people who really like come out for you? I know Texas Roadhouse, I mean, they provided these amazing burgers. And I actually took a tray of burgers on. The lady was like, "You want burgers?" And I folded up the tray and I put them in my bag. I was giving out burgers to everybody. So can you elaborate on all those people that help out?
As we started the event off on the first year, which our first year was the 15th anniversary of 9/11, took a year and a half to get off. I always wanted the ride to have you get a coin, you got a wristband, and you got fed. I wanted to make sure everything was available. Now, the money all goes to Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps. The punishers don't take a dollar. No money goes anywhere else. The money goes to the ambulance corps, where Richard Allen Perlman was a member of, and that money's utilized to keep the organization running. So the first year, we had to spend a lot of money. I couldn't get a donation. I had J&D Pizzeria Restaurant in Rego Park, Forest Hills, give us everything it cost. We were able to feed on the first year, which again, nobody knew PJ. Nobody heard of a 9/11 ride out of Resorts World Casino. Who's this guy private messaging everybody at fucking 2 a.m, because that's my MO. I'm up all night sending messages. And we had almost 1,000 people on the first ride. Second and third year, we actually were able to obtain food sponsorship third and fourth year weeks, we were able to ascertain food sponsorship from Texas Roadhouse. They came in and they loved the event. They loved everything that the event symbolized. I had to sell Texas Roadhouse on the videos that I took, that I have on my phone personally. I make sure to document the events that we hold and host. especially bike nights. Where we are now with COVID, I couldn't do any this year, and I had one planned for Queens that would have been the bike night of all bike nights in the 5 boroughs. But the venue we were using, Queens Beer House, they closed down because of COVID. They couldn't afford the rent. But Texas Roadhouse last year, they saw the year in 2018 when it rained. We had like almost 1,500 people in the rain, and then I said to them, we're gonna probably have about 3,000 or 4,000 people this year, so you guys better come correct. And they're like, yeah, well, we'll see, we'll try because we'll see, we'll do what we can. I said, I'm gonna host a bike night. I'm telling you, we're gonna have thousands of people at your bike night. And the first bike night we threw, it rained. Only like 200 people came, and they were blown away by that. The next bike night we threw, it was about 1,300 people showed up. We shut the kitchen down. We crashed their bar. They couldn't even keep up with the orders. They said it was the busiest day they ever had in the history of being open. It was better than any major holiday they could discuss. So getting a corporate sponsor is vital to an event. It's not easy because you have to sell what is it going to do for them.
Yeah, return on
what
investment.
Am I going to get at it? They came to Texas Roadhouse last year. They came with their Army Armadillo. That's their mascot of the corporation. They came with 2 smokers. They came with like 25 employees. If I'm not mistaken, 2,000 hot dogs, 3,000 hamburgers ready to hand out, 6,000 bottles of water, 3,000 cans of soda. Just to organize that end of the deal, to have that taken care of with an event of such a large scale, it takes so much relief and pressure off the event organizers, because we open our event doors at 7 in the morning. And everybody goes, oh, you leave so late in the afternoon, you should leave early. It's all math. Try to get 4,000 people to get inside one arena with a vehicle, organized, ready to leave, where they can facilitate using a bathroom, getting nourishment before they go. And I don't know how far they're traveling. I have people that come from all across the United States for this event. So having the food venue from, say, Texas Roadhouse that got on board, and they were able to facilitate food, it was fantastic. This year, because of COVID, they actually had to cut back on the budget. They said, we can't afford to feed you guys this year, but we'll make a monetary donation, because you think, 2,000 hot dogs, 3,000 hamburgers, 6,000 bottles of water, 2,000 cans of soda, that costs money. 15 to 25 people working, they're not coming to volunteer their time. They cost money. It was at least a $15,000 venue for the day from them to come.
To approach even a company like Texas Roadhouse, does it help, do you think, to have like some sort of a company backing of your own, or did you literally just approach this like a nonprofit, this is me, this is what I'm doing type situation?
As we're approaching the 5 years of this event, you learn a little more every year. You learn how to get a donation. You learn how to go and ask for donations. The Punishers, our organization, is a 501c3. Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps, 501c3. So, getting all my secrets now.
That was the plan the whole time.
I need to learn it. Yeah. It's for me.
Getting all my secrets. So, if you could send in one donation form as the Forest Hills Volunteer, as the Punishers, and we give a little bio of what we do with the event without mentioning Richard Allen Perlman, we get a donation. If we don't get a donation, we then send the Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps donation packet expressing the event, identifying the people and persons in charge, as well as Richie's sacrifice, and what the goal is of the event. And I can't tell you that 9 out of 10 of the donations, I never get a no.
Right.
Sometimes we hit them with both donations back to back, because major corporations have allocated funds that they need to distribute amongst their community in order to get a certain budget for the next year. I have banks that have to give $25,000 a year to their community. So within the community where you're riding, again, I'm giving you all my secrets. In the
I
community
won't
that
tell
you're running
anybody.
the events that you're running in your community, and we hit everybody.
Mm.
I'll hit you in my community. I hit all the major motorcycle brands. I proper acknowledgement for their donations. I mean, it was cool the first year. We had 20 donations. We thought like what it was. Next year it's like 45, 50, 60. Then as we go, like last year, we had like freaking 250 donations.
Nice, nice.
And yeah, but then now there's another thing. Handling 250 donations, Jose said before, when he came into the event, he saw everybody making gift bags. We couldn't hand out 250 prizes.
Yeah.
We had to just start throwing things together. Like, all right, here's 10 pieces in one.
Hmm.
Here's 15 pieces in one. Here's 20 pieces and 20 items in one. Because it was so much to manage.
Hmm.
And to recruit volunteers, because nobody wants to do anything for free. If anybody wants to get on my event, they will be able to, one, get all my publication, anything that I put on social media gets read. If I acknowledge you in my emails, I have a 5,000 person email list that we send out because every year we have obtained emails at events. It's critical to get emails. Telephone numbers and signatures are great, but you need to establish an email list. With those emails, you're able to solicit them unconsciously. You could send thank yous. I send personal thank yous with their name on it when they open it. It says, the Farcels Volunteer Ambulance Corps and Punishers Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club would like to acknowledge Jose Butter for attending the 9/11 Memorial Ride. This is the level that you have to get on as you build your events. So,
Well,
you guys give me too much time. I'm gonna keep fucking.
So I just want to let you know, because you know my relationship. I still got your bottles of coquito at home, so they're still waiting for you. Because we know somebody fucked up on you, but we're not gonna throw.
We're not gonna mention that person's name in the
But
community. It's deadbeat.
I want you to know that you have every member of the Hustle Kings at your disposal for the next 9/11 run. Whatever you need us to do, whether it is shovel shit, move grass, fold chairs, we are there 1,000 fucking percent, bro. You let me know in advance what we need to do. If we got to come the night before, you got every one of our members full cooperation and participation.
You know what? Actually, now that you mention that too, we should talk offline after the show. I have a large group of people too that really would love to contribute to something like this, that were affected by this directly. So I'm not gonna throw it out there on the air right now, but after we're done with the show, I want to talk to you about that. I already made myself a note about it. Just on a more personal.
I tell you, I'll give you some. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So, to give a little more about the event and organizing the event, which is one of the main topics of the conversation. When you scale an event so large, which again, I would have never fathomed the event be the size that it is, and what it is, and the contributions in the event details that go on the way. But man, is it an undertaking. And again, everybody absorbs things differently. You cannot have the mindset of, I could just handle this. You have the mindset of, I can handle anything that comes my way. I've been in events that had staffing of 30 and nobody knew what they were doing. I've been in events that I've staffed with 6 people and ran hundreds of people into an event without a question. Our event, we had to every day develop and move towards new ideas and have meetings. We hold meetings about this event because it's so big and what we need to do and correct things that we need to acknowledge what went right, what went wrong, what could we correct, what could we do to make it better next year. Time. 4,000 people have to get into the parking lot between 7 and dismissal at 1 p.m.
That's the puzzle.
It's all math. We had 12 lanes open that we use police barricades as lanes. We have a cash side and a pre-registration side. Pre-registration is king because I don't have to worry about who's touching money, which I respect, and I trust anyone that's in those areas taking money. But you also have to protect the money. I have armed on-duty and off-duty police officers that assist with the event, with the cash grab. With the money that we bring in, it's a lot of money. It's easy math to discuss. A lot of cash. When you have this kind of event, money can be lost. People can get greedy. I've had people wanting to know, why do the punishers not take any money? Why don't you take a little something for yourself, PJ? Because I don't profit off a dead police, fire, and EMS that ran into a building with family members that perished over a selfish attack. I don't need to take a fucking penny from that event. I need to make that event run to keep my agency running so the event runs.
Right.
Because without the agency, I will never get 42nd Street closure for 5 hours. I will never get every FDNY battalion to drape the flag along the route as you come down the side of the West Side Highway. While you look off into the ocean, you see the FDNY command boat shooting water in red, white, and blue. Aviation flying over us. I had the U.S. Air Force fly over last year, but they lost the pattern. They came late and they flew down Woodhaven Boulevard.
Just like the Air Force.
I remember that.
Just like the Air Force.
You know, just like these little things that have to be in consistent order. You need a team. You need a multitude of people. It's never just one person. It's never just me. My head every year looks like it's going to explode off my body. Last year, I was so calm because everybody knew what to do. We weeded out some of the problems in the pack because everybody has problems. Listen, I'm not perfect. You have club members that have a different agenda, if I may say, and a different motive. And they see things differently at times and lose sight of the grand scale picture. So, I mean, I need a minimum of 100 people. I'm lucky if I get 40 people to show up there, and they're all looking to explode.
Listen, I know because I did it on a smaller scale, and I want to fucking put my head on a swivel. I want to ask you a personal question.
Ask me anything you like.
Being part of the breast cancer event with the Freedom Blocks organization, and Izzy does it, and Dennis Diaz and those guys, I was helping them, be a part of this whole thing, and it grew bigger and bigger. And the last 2 years, as I saw the amount of people, and I was in the back at the time, I actually cried on the West Side Highway. You ever get that? Like, when you see what you've done, you get that emotional, and like at that moment, like, I remember I was looking at my wife, and I was looking at her from across the West Side Highway, and she looked at me, and I looked at her. We were talking in the scene, and she's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, I'm just taken, and I just started crying because I made all these people come together for a really good cause.
I have had different moments when I can focus after the events. At my personal event, myself as my answer, I am so in the game because I want to have everything executed perfectly. And when you're trying to move that many people from Queens through Brooklyn through Manhattan back, I don't have the time to step back to look. But every time I come down 42nd Street, I'm the first bike down 42nd Street, and I see everybody on the sidewalk. They're not even realizing what's about to happen. And I got my I got my photographers and my videographers ready, and they see me come down, and they catch a couple pictures of me. And I say, "You guys ready? It's coming." And you just, I get off the bike, and I see everybody come down, and it fills a void I have in my heart that there's no physical understanding if I cried or if I whimpered that could understand what's inside of my heart that I feel. But I can relate to what you're saying about how you step back and you see it and you get emotional. But at that point, after all that hard work and the size of the event, when I see them coming down 42nd Street, to me, it's the ride is over. And we're almost home. And as long as I could hear there's no incidents, no accidents, nobody got in trouble, nobody got, everybody made it home, no breakdowns. That's when I start to sit and absorb it. But if you've seen me at that move, I give 135 my body and muscle in that bike that the NYPD allows me to work with the way I need to within my organizational limits. It takes so much out of me that it's felt like I wrestled a bull for 3 hours. So,
Yo, for anybody that's at home watching right now that might have jumped in midway through this conversation or just joined us a moment ago, we're actually joined this evening. Our guest is PJ Marcel. He is kind of a celebrity here in New York City. He organizes what we were just talking about is the 9/11 run. Huge, massive, very widely known event that goes on here in NYC. And PJ is the brains and most of the brawn behind it sounds like. But he was saying he's got a team. He's got a lot of people working behind the scenes to help him out to do this thing. But yeah, like I said, for anybody at home that just joined us, that's where we're at tonight.
Josh, so I just want to throw in before we cut into the show. So PJ has two amazing daughters. When I say amazing, these kids are going to change the world. I see it. I know it. I have that ability to figure it out. So it's Gemma and Pina, right? Am I correct?
100%.
Sweetest, the most adorable human beings on the planet. Like, they light up. I mean, listen, I had a heart attack, and these little girls said the most kindest things to me.
Oh, that was that video you posted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. It was his daughter. So if you guys get a chance to just go on PJ, follow him and his daughters. They're a riot. They're like, I mean, they need their own fucking TV show. These kids, it's just so amazing. They light up the world. They're just great people. The whole Marcel family. If you don't know them, please get to know them. I know your wife has a business, which I ate. It's in Ridgewood. Am I mistaken? Or where is it at, PJ?
No, you're talking about my wife.
The deli.
My wife does. My family owns Mario's Meats on
Yes.
Metropolitan Avenue. Yes, that's
Go
my
eat
wife's
there.
family's
Please,
business. Yes,
go eat there. I went there. I said, hey, I'm friends with PJ. The guys were like, hey, taste this, try that. And I think I spent like $80 on lunch, but I ate all kinds of stuff. I took stuff home. They have like perfect meat packages. So if you guys want to support, a local member of the community, a guy who's out there doing things for the community, please support his business. PJ also has a body shop. If you need body work, PJ, where's your body shop?
Trackside Collision. If anybody that needs vehicle repairs, or if you're involved in an accident with a car, truck, or motorcycle, we can handle your claim for you at Trackside Collision on 90th Street and Liberty Avenue in Ozone Park, New York. We're a 24-hour towing, repair, and body shop. We also do lease cars. We do lease cars, used cars. Anyone needs a new vehicle, you could see one of my many videos that we post, No Limit Auto Sales. Hold the phones, have I got a deal for you? You need yourself a new car, something more reliable.
So I know also in the COVID-19, you reinvented yourself. You're also doing the steaming and cleaning.
Yes, steam disinfecting. I knew with my partners there was something that could be had from that. We actually jumped ahead of everyone else because I was documented with videos. I'm blessed to have the ability to make videos and show you what we do. So we were out doing all these cleaning and disinfecting services at houses, public residences, private residences, condos, co-ops, office buildings, restaurants. I mean, we were everywhere while they were closed. I mean, everybody was scared about COVID. And yes, we got ourselves on the map with the cleaning and disinfecting service.
That's awesome. You guys, I mean, you're just so full of reinventing yourself. It's awesome. So I personally am a big fan of yours. You know that. I mean, I thank you for always treating me as someone special when I'm not. But what is the next possible event that we're gonna probably get to see you or see
Yes.
happening?
Whew. Well, anybody's event that invites me that needs help or just invites me because COVID locked down a lot of things. Um, I'm always available to help, and I'll always be at any event that shows up. For us personally, I mean, I can't get the okay for a bike night. I throw a bike night. There's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 people showing up. So I can't even announce a bike night. We have the 9/11 ride coming up this year, September 13th. But I'm not going to lie, I'm in the public view. We're having a lot of strain this year because of COVID and the size of the event and social distancing and keeping everyone safe and healthy.
Hmm.
We're still discussing the parameters in which how we are going to do the event. We might shut the whole event down this year. Um, we might be able to salvage it this year. So don't think that the event and the date is taken off the map yet. It's not. But I'm a realist and I don't like holding things back from people that are going to take off from work, come in from other states. They will be properly notified if the event is then henceforth, moved or reconstructed.
Hmm.
Indian Larry, they're having their block party September 19th. I will be there. Hogs for Hope is hosting on April 30th in Yonkers with Prestige Custom Cycles with the motorcycle shop out there. I will be there. There is also the Indian Larry is doing the Hard Rider has teamed up this year with East Coasting Crew that they're doing an event uh, entitled Above the Law. I mean, I have nothing but love for Ryder and Frank Rinaldi Jr. from that his organization at my camp supports him fully because he's always been behind me to support us and anything that I've done. Um, that event I don't have the date. I think it's August 22nd. Coming up, approaching quick. Sturgis, I will not be there. I will not
I
be in
definitely
Sturgis.
can't make that.
I can't make it. So those are some of the events that I could put down and lock on now. Otherwise, everything else is just up in the air because of COVID.
Hmm. Where can
So I know.
go
Again,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I want to invite you. I'm personally not organizing it this year, but the original staff, the original crew is doing the breast cancer event first Saturday in October. I would hope you guys can come out. Dennis Diaz and the Freedom Box family, they're giving me a break. Considering all the stuff that happened to me this year, mentally I was a little messed up and physically just trying to get myself together. They gave me a break this year and said, we got you, we got this. I mean, they started it, but I was more the organizer and stuff like that. So this year they decided to just say, you know what, let's take responsibility for what we started. And I wish them all the luck in the world because it's not easy. But I hope to see you guys there. Invite you guys.
Absolutely. When I give a date and time, I'll make it on the calendar, and I'll have a show and force as we usually do.
Yeah, I'll send you definitely an invite. I'll send you the flyer with the information on it. They're also looking for sponsors. Any crews, any bike clubs who sponsors will get up on their step and repeat banner, and it'll also get up on the Cancer Society website with the Hope Lodge.
So PJ, how do people at home, just the general public, how do they either get in touch with you or follow you, either through social media or other ways like website to see what events are going on or reach out to you if they need to?
Very simple. You could visit our main page of the organization, which is the New York City Punishers Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, New York City chapter. You could find us on Instagram, NYC Punishers, LEMC, or myself. Oh no, it's PJ. That's the way I've always been when I showed up to somewhere. I've heard, oh no, it's PJ.
That's good.
Anytime I've room. So that was my Instagram name. Um, any other avenue of the internet. I mean, I have a very small following, a personal following on my Instagram page. I really don't. I'm not out there. I'm well known enough that I'm known on the street. I don't have 40,000 fake followers that people that don't know me if they bumped into me in a crowd. But you can find me through those channels of social media. If you want to put up my information at the end of the show, you're welcome to. I welcome you guys to.
Sure.
If there's any help that the organization can do, such as myself or the Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps, in regards to contributing time or making a donation to any event, we welcome all. We welcome and entertain anyone that wants to reach out to us and try to help as much as we can. Don't a lot of people, a lot of organizations might be intimidated by us thinking that we're this huge, dominant, global, grand scale event. Listen, I live at home, my wife and 2 kids. I'm home all the time, and I'm not out there signing autographs when I'm on my bike. I don't got a gazillion photographers following me, taking pictures of me on my bikes. My friends do. Jose Butter's got film crews following him.
Not me.
The Larry crew, those guys are up in the limelight. Me, I'm just a little guy,
Shout out,
squirrel trying to get a nut.
Shout out to Meatloaf. Yeah, he's doing his thing. God bless him. We both. I know Meatloaf going on 30 years, so he's always been. But he's always been humble. No matter how extravagant he does it, he's always been humble. I got stories for days, and I got tons of story with Meatloaf since I was a kid. He's a great guy, man. All the blessings to Rockwood Choppers. Shout out to them. They're definitely going to be a part of the breast cancer event this year.
Right on. So I think at this point,
go ahead, Josh, take it away.
I was gonna say, I think at this point we should probably start winding it down right now. But I want to give PJ a chance to have the floor and just any closing comments, any closing remarks, any shout outs you want to give. Let's throw it out there before we get out here.
This is the biggest thing I can tell anyone that's watching, even though this was long duration of a show, and listen to me babble and ramble on about an event. What I need to make everyone understand is the diversity of our culture. It doesn't matter if you ride a street bike, a cruiser, a moped, a scooter. It's motorcycles. We all have the same love and passion for our community. Being small, large, you're known, you're not known, we need to unify and work together. New York City starts with this face, with that face, with that face, with your face, and your face watching. We are all New York City motorcycle culture. There's no one better than the next. I don't care what vest you have on, what patch, it doesn't make the person. Male, female, transgender, whatever call sign you follow this month of the day of the year, we are the community. And without us supporting each other, we're not getting anywhere. You got to support each other. We have to support each other. We have to uplift each other. We have to give each other the accolades, shout outs, the respect, comments, conversations. We need to show up to each other's events. We need to take part and help with the cause. Otherwise, it's just going to be left up to the major corporations selling those bikes, and they think they're still the leaders, and they're not. We're the people that make the events. We're the people that hosts New York City. We're the people that are New York City. We're carrying the torch from those before us to pass it on to those after us. Remember that and always respect it.
That's good.
Definitely.
You didn't expect that,
No,
did you?
but that was great. That was great.
That was dope.
Butter, what you got, man?
I'm humbled to finally get PJ on the phone, get him on the show. Again, he's got my backing. Hustle Kings will be at his next event if it's coming up this year. Every member, it will be a mandatory, or you would have to pay a heavy fine, and that fine money will be going to the 9/11 run. So we are there this year. Shout out to all my sponsors that I am going to try to drag into this event now. Shouts to Mike Prolid, Prospect Power Sports, Dirty Left Shrew. We'll talk
Easy
offline.
Powder coating. Those
Easy
guys,
powder
I
coating.
love those guys, man.
Yeah,
Guys, man.
Easy. I mean, he was a very good decision when I made him my VP. He's done a lot for the community. He continues to do a lot. He does a lot of charitable work. I know he'll be there, so we'll work on all the other guys to help chip in. I know my guys, when I tell them what the event is, they're not gonna have a problem pitching in, and my guys sponsoring and donating stuff. So I look forward to it. PJ, again, I'm humbled. I thank you for your years of friendship. Knowing you was one of the best things that happened to me in this bike world. And we'll see you soon. You got to come by my house. I got stuff for you.
You know what? I might come tonight because I got nothing to do.
Hey, actually,
I'm on my way over there. I gotta go get my bike. It's parked in front of my house, so I gotta run back into Bay Ridge and go get my stuff. So if you want to meet, I'll be there like about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
No problem.
PJ, stick around. Like even after I close out the show, stick around for a few minutes because I want to holler at you about a few things actually.
You got it. You got it. Okay, guys. Thanks.
So all you at home that are watching, thanks for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Come back every Wednesday. We do this 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Beyond the Apex. Me, Butter, a slew of different guests that we bring on to talk different motorcycle everything and then some. And as I always say, leave this world better than you found it. Take it easy.
Peace.